You are the prize. You are the powerhouse. Welcome back into the broadcast of You Are Enough. I just dropped by to let y'all know. Listen, just doing some writing in my journal, taking care of some business that I had to complete for the afternoon, and I was compelled to come back. Don't worry about the captain. Don't worry about anything else on this video. You just hear what the Lord wants to say to you. Listen, you are the powerhouse. You are the powerhouse. You are the prize. They left you good. And you put a period right there. You are the prize. Whenever you can walk into that truth, whenever you can walk into the strength of this, whenever you can walk into the power that you are the prize and you are the powerhouse, things that bother you, family, is not going to bother you at all. They left you, so good. They walked away, good. Now listen, not to be insensitive, just listen. When your pain is fresh, it's the most painful. And at that moment, you have a very important decision to make for your own mental health. Am I going to sit in this pain? Am I going to sit in this traumatic experience and reflect on every single negative thing that this person has done to my life? Or am I going to self-reflect? Am I going to get in a place where I can reflect? That's what you need to do. You have to focus on you. You can't make this person who hurt you, who injured you, who betrayed you, who lied, who manipulated, who deceived, and who cheated. You cannot make this person that intricate part of your life. You are the powerhouse and you are the prize. They knew it. People know what value that you have. Anytime you're in a toxic relationship, I hear this all the time. I need to do this. Maybe if I had done that, this person would have stayed. Anybody that God did not join to you, I don't care what you do, they're not going to stay. You can get crazy glue, you can get super glue, you can get gorilla glue. I don't care what kind of glue that you get. If it's not Christ, and if God didn't bring that person in your life, they're not going to stay. You got to know you're the prize. You have to know this. Anytime a person dishonors who you are, anytime a person disrespects who you are, and you make a conscious decision to put that person on a pedestal and you know they don't belong there, and the reason why you put a person on a pedestal who treats you like dirt, and you know that person doesn't deserve the place that you putting them in, is because you're so desperate for that person to stay, and they know this. When people hurt you, they know you're desperate for them to stay, and they know they can do anything to you and you're going to stay. You have to know who you are. You have to know you are the prize. You are top tier. You are top pedigree. You are the powerhouse. You have to know this. And anytime you know this and you've done your very best, and that person has made a conscious decision to do what they've done to you and walk away in your life, you have to keep that door shut. You keep it closed. People regret leaving people who are very confident, who are very sure of themselves, who are very committed people, who are very integrous people. When you lose these people, these are treasures that God give, and these are irreplaceable people. You can't make that person who has hurt you, you just can't make that person stay. I don't care what you do, that person is not going to stay. They may stick around a little bit longer than what they wanted to, but inevitably, family, these people are going to leave your life. And you're not going to beg people to stay when you know who you are. If you're begging people to stay, if you're trying to talk people to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to stay, if you're trying to show people what you have to offer them, what you bring to the table, listen, stop doing that. This person knows that. But they're making a choice to walk away from that. So why do you want that person to stay? It's going to hurt because that pain is fresh. But you got to let it go. You got to close that door, and you got to make a commitment to yourself that I'm going to heal, and I'm going to focus on my own life. I'm not going to focus on pleasing this person anymore. I'm not going to focus on making anything with this person anymore. Anytime a person know what you come with and they walk away from that, let them go, family. Not saying it's not going to hurt you. Yes, it's going to hurt you. Absolutely is. But it takes strength to keep that door closed. It does. It takes strength. It takes commitment. It takes self-confidence to keep a door shut that you really don't want to close. And you don't want to close it because you're looking at the memories. And this is what causes people to stay. You think about why you really want a person to stay in your life. You just think about it. At the end of the day, when you write it down and you read it and you reflect back over these reasons, you're going to know that it's not enough for you to stick around. You're going to understand and realize that it was for the best for this person to leave your life. You are the powerhouse and you are the prize. You are. If you know it, you're not going to let people keep injuring you. You're not going to let people keep tearing at you and pulling at you and tearing down your spirit. You got to disengage. This is one of the most powerful actions that any of us can do. That is disengage from toxicity. This is separate ourselves from toxicity. You got one life. And God didn't give you life so you can attach it with a person who is always bringing you down emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychologically. No, family, that's just too much. Yes, you're going to have disagreements. Yes, you're going to have quarrels. Yes, you're going to have conflicts because you're different people. But we have to learn how to meet in the middle, God's way, with the differences that we have. See, this is why God brings people together. And we don't try to change and alter that personality of that person. All we have to do is be a light. Only God can change. I'm supposed to be a light the best of my ability. You're supposed to be a light the best of your ability. That's all you can do. And if a person don't think that's good enough, family, you should want them to stay. Why do you want somebody to stay that you're gonna be burdened by? Why do you want this person to stay in your life, family, whenever you don't really trust? When they're making you miserable, when they give you every reason in the world why you cannot trust them. Why do you want that person to stay? Because you are addicted to that toxic cycle. There's a cycle that you like to engage with. It takes courage. It takes a lot of courage to disengage from that. When you make a commitment that you're going to do what's best for you, that takes strength. That takes power. That takes confidence in yourself. When you make a decision that I'm going to let this go, you'll have a choice. You got to let it go. It's killing you. It's destroying you. It's hindering your life. Have you ever noticed why you were with some people? Doesn't matter what relationship it was. Why your life just couldn't get off the ground. Why your dream and your vision just couldn't come to pass. And why things would start and it will end just as fast as it started. Because, family, God is not going to allow you to fatten up your enemies. But if you're so consistent in doing it, God will let you have it your way to show you that that's just not the best thing for you. And then He's going to step back and say, just go ahead and have it your way. You got to know who you are. You got to know you're the powerhouse. Now, you can't just say it and don't believe it. You got to say it and you got to mean it. When you say it and when you mean it, when you know you're the powerhouse, when you know you're the prize, you're not going to let anything or anybody come in your life and devalue your life and devalue who you are and what you stand for. No, family, God don't bring people in your life to build, to tear you down. No, God bring people in your life to edify your life, to build, to add, and to multiply your life. The devil came to bring people to divide and subtract your life. You are a prize. You are the powerhouse. They walked away. Let them go. Good. It's good that they're not there. The Bible tells us it's good that we were afflicted. It's good that they left. Now God can give you what he's been wanting to give you the whole time. God's going to let people see what they already knew but just couldn't wait. People gave up on you too soon. They were impatient, but God allowed people to be impatient with your progress. God allowed people to be impatient with the growth. They couldn't wait on your dream to come to pass. It wasn't coming to pass fast enough. You know why? Because their motives wasn't right for you in the first place. People connect to you for the wrong reason. Just give people enough time. That real person gonna show up. That mask gonna fall off because God gonna allow it to fall off. Anytime you have good intentions in your heart to do the right thing to the best of your ability, not saying we are without error, because we're not. We're perfect. I mean, we're complete in Christ. We're perfect in Christ. But none of us are without error. We're not without fault because we have shortcomings. We all fall. But God said, I'm going to get you back up. This is why people left you too soon. And this is why people left your life prematurely. Because your life just looked like it was dead as a doorknob and it wasn't going anywhere. You always talked about what you were going to do, what you were going to become, what you were going to build. And they stuck around as long as they could. Y'all hear me? They stuck around you as long as they could. But God had a hand in that. Now that the devil has walked, now that the devil has flew the coop, now the devil has hopped on the train, now the devil has boarded that ship, now that devil has got that economy ticket on that airplane, God said, now I can do my greatest work in your life. You're going to look over your life and you're going to thank God that people left your life. You're not going to think about that now when your pain is so fresh. When your pain is fresh, you can't see the forest for the trees. You can't see at that moment because you're seeing through the eyes of pain. But you keep hanging out with God because God going to cleanse your spiritual lenses and you're going to see right through the lens of God. You are, and you're going to understand day by day why you had to go through so much, why you had to be betrayed, why you met a narcissist, why you had to get divorced, why something happened so you can leave this city and get over here. God going to shift you around until he get you to the people he want you to be. He going to shift you from place to place until you get to the person that he wants you to be with for the rest of your life. Do y'all hear me? It can be marriage. It can be business. It doesn't matter. God knows what's best for you. You just can't forget who you are. They left you. Good.